Welcome back again, everyone. Don't adjust your sets because this is a little bit of a different look for me today. I'm just in a different room, but we're going to get to a nice review. Eddie Ortega, as you know, has the Wild Bunch collection, and I am up to October's cigar. Today we are reviewing the October cigar of the month. This is the Warrior Joe. Nice looking cigar. This is if it looks dark on the screen and I'm going to allow the light to pick it up, it is. This is a Nicaraguan dark Sumatra wrapper. It is 6.5 by 50. The binder and filler are Nicaraguan from Esteli and Jalapa. There is your density. Has a fairly nice feel in the hand. Very dark though, as the light will pick it up. There you go. It's very dark, a very dark Sumatra wrapper. So only 500 boxes of these are made, boxes of 20. This is the October cigar of the Ortega Wild Bunch. So let's get right to it. All right. The cap is very nice looking. I like the way, I like that shape. It allows you to take off just the very end, taking the minimum. Nice draw. There's what we took off. Nice looking burn. The flavors I'm getting here at this light up are a lot of coffee, a lot of tangerine citrus with some sweetness. The pepper is very good. Pepper between a 7 and an 8 to begin with. As I said, there's a lot of sweet notes of tangerine. There are some cedar mixed in there too, so it's not straight tangerine citrus, but you do get reminded of that flavor mixed in with the cedar notes, and a little earthiness at the very base. The coffee notes are quite obvious. The tangerine, cedar, has some nice sweetness to it. The pepper's very good. So let's let it settle down here for a few minutes. But the Warrior Joe, starting out very nice flavors. Well, we are about an inch in, and the ash is really starting to do an alligator imitation there, but that's not a big deal. That's interesting. But your flavors are about like I described previously. One thing I will note, that the pepper appears to be a red pepper, very distinctive red pepper. The sweet notes of tangerine and cedar have settled down to where it's primarily cedar with tangerine notes. There is quite a bit of earth. I'll call it an earthy leather flavor. That's exactly what it tastes like, a 50-50 split between earth and leather. And it's quite thick. There are coffee notes at the base. And the finish is about the only standard type feature. It is one of pretty much a cream. The finish is rather long, and there is some lingering pepper. So that's where we are at about the 1 inch point. So let's see where we go from here. Well, probably got a little less than 4 inches remaining. And the front end flavors are still there. I'm getting flashes of nutmeg now also. But the sweet notes of cedar, light tangerine, nutmeg, are being overshadowed by the very heavy earthy leather mix. The coffee notes are a base unit, and you get them holding the base, but the leathery earthy notes are very prominent now. One interesting thing I'm also getting on the finish with that cream are some graham cracker notes, and it's a distinctive graham cracker flavor. Um, there is some lingering pepper on the finish, not as much as I've had in some of Eddie's other cigars, but there is some. But the pepper, being a red pepper, is very interesting, and I like it. The cigar is still really no more than medium bodied, and I really thought it would maybe elevate at this point, but it really hasn't. But that's okay. So the overall, the cigar has a nice mix. You do have the sweet notes, you do have the heavy, leathery, earthy notes, which are fine, and the coffee is the base, and then the finish is becoming more and more interesting with those graham cracker notes. So about maybe a little less than 4 inches remaining, and there we are. Well, I'm very close to the band, and interesting thing has happened. The heavy leather earthy notes are really subdued now. They've really toned down, allowing the sweeter notes on the front end to come forward. It's a very nice flavor of a red pepper mixed cedar, light citrus combination. Not so much nutmeg anymore, but it's definitely a very sweet mix of cedar and citrus. A little more cedar than citrus, but it's very nice and sweet, and that red pepper really mixes very well with it. So I thought that was worth bringing out. Finish is really unchanged. You still have your cream and your graham cracker notes. So that element of the earthy, leathery notes really toning down some, really brought out those other front end sweet flavors, and it made it very nice, in my opinion. Well, we're down to the end, so let's wrap it up. The star of this cigar, aside from the normal flavors, is the red pepper. I love the red pepper in this cigar. The front end flavors at this point are very sweet, cedar with just light citrus notes, but the red pepper that mixes with it is amazing. The earthy tones, leathery notes are very subdued still, but they are still there. And there's what you would call a coffee for the base. The pepper remained very good. I believe it finished up at an 8. It seemed to elevate somewhat as we went along. The cigar remained medium bodied. I'd never really reached medium to full. The finish was very good. A very interesting mix there on the finish. And there's a nice amount of lingering red pepper on the finish in the latter stages. The final third also had a few flashes of charred oak on the front end, just here and there. This is one of the better Wild Bunch cigars I've had. Again, the red pepper is the star, in my opinion, and it really makes the cigar enjoyable. Now, this is the October cigar of the month. I'm a little late getting this review, since this is, as you're watching this, is the end of November, but I'm sure there's still some on shelf, so I urge you to try them because this is a very good cigar. Final score, in my opinion, 93. This is a very tasty cigar. Eddie, I tip of the hat to you for this cigar. Very enjoyable. So there you have it. The Ortega Wild Bunch Warrior Joe, 6.5 by 50.